Hey everyone, what's up? It's Cheater and welcome to episode 1 of the Oldham Expedition. In this new series, we are going to try and take Oldham Athletic from League 2 to the very top of the Premier League and maybe even the world. Let's see what happens and let's set up the save in this first episode. Here we are on the home screen, and as you guys can see on the home screen, we have Madrid Twitch here, where even though I might have gotten sacked on YouTube and you guys might think I'm a terrible football manager, I can prove to you on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays that I'm actually not. We've made it 6 seasons deep with Internacional de Madrid. We are sitting in the second tier of Spain, having overachieved every single season. Long may it continue, and please come check us out there, twitch.tv/Jeter7256. However, we're here to set up our new save with Oldham Athletic, so we are going to click Career. I'm going to set up the database, and I'll meet you with it fully set up. Just to quickly show everyone all the leagues that we have loaded up, we have everything loaded except for Israel and most of Asia, and on most of these countries we just have the top tier, although in most of the big 5 nations we have all of the leagues loaded. It says we have 136 players, but we're doing this to get a really good sim, and yeah, so we have just about every league loaded. As you guys can see, we do not have the in-game editor. We have attribute masking on. I'm going to load up the save, and I will meet you when we are picking our coaching attributes. And here we are ready to pick the coach. We are going with my coaching profile, Andrew Weddy. I'm a male. I'm from New York. My favorite team is New York City FC. However, the one thing that we do need to edit are my coaching badges. We are going to go with a National A license because I think it gives us a little bit of room to grow, but I also think it's a fair level. And we are going to say that we were a professional player on a local level. So someone who kind of played a little bit, probably, you could say probably like a non-league type of player. Nothing too crazy, but gives me a little bit of reputation, gives me a little bit of wiggle room, and then with our attributes, we really want working with youngsters high, and we also emphasized having a little bit of well-rounded around that, and then we really want high determination, high man management, and high motivating, because I think those are really good attributes for us to have. So we will confirm that and load in and start playing. As this loads, I do want to say part of why we've decided to do this save is Oldham Athletic were actually founders of the Premier League. They were one of the initial 20 clubs to be in the Premier League. It might have actually been 20 or 22. I don't know. I'm an American. I wasn't alive during that initial season in 92-93. However, Oldham were relegated in their second season in the Premier League and have never been back since. So one of our goals is to get them back up there where they haven't been in a decent amount of time. So hopefully we can make that happen. We can bring that goal to reality. And with that, Oldham AFC, or Oldham Athletic, have appointed me as the new head coach, or as the manager. I have F on American English so that I understand what's going on. Sorry. I replaced Dino Mamria, who I believe was a new coach for the start of this season. Hopefully we can do well at Boundary Park and come on the Latix. Also, I know that's the thing. Hopefully I'm saying that right. If I'm not, tell me. With that in mind, hop in the comments if you're excited for this series, if you want to see more of it. Let me know what you want to see. Like the video if you've enjoyed it so far. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. And yeah, check out my socials in the description, all that sort of good stuff. So here we are. We are projected to finish 15th this season for our first season of the series. We play at Boundary Park, which is a 13,000 capacity and has been around since 1904. Last season we finished 14th in League 2. As it says, we play at Boundary Park. We have a fierce rivalry with Barry, who now don't exist, unfortunately, Rochdale, and Manchester United. We are going to continue into this. It expects that we will play a 4-3-3, although we will have a look at tactics in a little bit. Those are the board expectations. They want entertaining and attacking football. I corrected myself. There we go. They want top half. They want second round of the FA Cup. And within 2 seasons, they want promotion to League 1, and by the end of the 4th season, they want us to be an established League 1 team, which I think is doable. I certainly think we can handle that, but I also thought the expectations in the Union Berlin save were doable, and then we accumulated 5 points over the first half of the season. So hopefully this goes a little bit better. I'd like to not get sacked Season 1. That would be nice. We will not do the intra-squad friendly. Other than that, we will hit confirm. And I'm going to save the game really quick, and I'll meet you right back when we start doing things. Peace. Not actually peace, don't leave. So it has loaded in. We are going to start by clearing our inbox, and then we are kind of going to work our way top to bottom on the sidebar to make sure that we are well acquainted with the club and so that you guys understand where we are at, what position we're at before we start heading into the next season. If we look at the squad really quickly and sort by position, so we have 2 keepers. We have Gary Woods and Zeus de la Paz. Gary Woods is a little bit older but is a better goalie, and I think he will stay our first team goalie for a little while to come. If we sort by ability, our best player is Chris McCann, a former Atlanta United player, and then also former DC United player. He is a central midfielder who we will probably look to play as something like a deep-lying playmaker. I think he would play as a very good deep-lying playmaker, but we will figure that out. Next is David Weeder, who's currently injured. He pulled his calf muscle and will be out between 6 weeks and 3 months, but he looks like a very solid center back and very tall. Not super quick, but that's okay. Then we have Mohamed Maouche, who is another deep-lying playmaker, so we will find a way to get him into the team. Guevaro Nepomuceno is a winger that has a decent amount of pace. Looks pretty good, and the Curaçaoan has 42 caps, which is also very nice to see. We have Cameron Borthwick-Jackson in on loan from Manchester United, who will be a very solid fullback for us. Obviously, 5-star potential. We won't get to see him live up to all of that, but I think he will be a very good player for us. And lastly, we will look at Zach Mills, who is a right back, a little bit older, very good mentally, has some very sound defending technicals, and I think he can certainly do a job there at the right back position. So that is it sorted by ability. If we sort by potential and look at our own players, we won't look at the loan players. Iakovidi is a left back that has a decent amount of potential, so hopefully we can bleed him in behind Borthwick-Jackson. We also have Tomas Egert, who's a 24-year-old Czech central defender. He currently has damaged cruciate ligaments, so we won't see him for the start of the season, but hopefully he will be able to continue his growth. We already looked at Maouche and Nepomuceno. I guess the last person we will look at is Marvin Kokos, who is a right winger that has some decent stats, and hopefully he can grow a little bit. So I think that is good. Dynamics, the team cohesion is not great, but that's what happens when you load in a later database. There's a bunch of signings that have come through. We'll tell them I wanted to take the opportunity to introduce myself. I think we can finish top half. Exactly the sort of reaction I was after. Very good. Love to see it. Tactics, I'm going to sort off screen, and I will just show you before the next video because I have no idea what I want to do. I'm guessing we'll go with a control possession, so I'll just click on it. My guess would probably be that we play a formation like this, but I really don't know. If we go into the team report and look at the team depth chart, part of why I don't know is our squad still isn't looking fully filled out. We have 1 striker in Danny Rowe, and really a second one, I guess, in Azankpo, who can kind of play up front. So I think we're going to go with a 1-striker formation, certainly not more than 2. And I don't know how I feel about Azankpo. We have 1 person who's a really good winger in Morais, who looks very good. But he's also our attacking midfielder, and with his lack of physicals, I want him in attacking midfield, which leaves us with Durnley out on the right. And then we have Nepomuceno out on the left, so we might need another right winger. That's a position that I've definitely considered looking into. We have a bunch of really solid midfielders in McCann, Maouche, and Misulu. And then we also have Silla, who can play as a defensive midfielder. At right back, we have Mills, which is very solid. We have Borthwick-Jackson and Iakovidi at left back. And we have 3 pretty solid center backs and 2 good keepers. So I think the instant positions that stick out to me is I really want to get a winger in, maybe a quality striker, and maybe another center back to provide a 4th center back, especially because those 2 are both going to be our left backs. So I think getting another center back would be nice. And then if we switch this really quickly just to that formation that we set up, it shows exactly what I said. Striker's a little bit weak. We could play Morais out there if we're not playing with a playmaker, but it's going to be tough to play him out there on the wing because he doesn't have a ton of physicals, so we'll have to figure that one out. And then the midfield is sorted. I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're in a good position. I don't know how strong our squad is compared to all the other teams in our league, but that's something that we can figure out as we go. But I like the squad that we have. I'm not going to look to make too many changes. Part of the reason is that a lot of these players are new. If we go to the transfer history, most of the squad are players that have come in at one point or another during the summer window. They came in at the start of the save, but really they came in real life throughout the season. So all of these players are at the club in real life. But the problem is because this is summer and winter transfers in real life that all have just come in. That's part of why team cohesion's not looking so great, and also why I'm not looking to spend a ton of money, because we don't have a lot of money to spend. We have about $500 in wages and no transfer budget. So we don't have a lot of wiggle room. We'll have to sell if we want to add, or we're going to have to look to bring in on loan, which is something that we are going to have to look to. Our staff, there's some stuff that I need to sort out off camera, including getting a chief scout in and a regular scout, but that's something that I will do off camera, like I said. Training and medical center I deal with off camera. I doubt you want to see it. We'll go back to our schedule and competitions later. There's not much to see here in scouting. We went through the transfers. If we look at the club info, we kind of talked about this a little bit. The club in their past played in the Premier League. I don't know where to fully find it. Yeah, there it is. So they were in the Premier League for the 92-93 season and the 93-94 season. That was the season that they got relegated. The Premier League was founded in 92-93. So they were up there for 2 seasons, spent 3 seasons in the Championship before getting relegated, and have been in League 1 ever since. League 2 last season after getting relegated. So hopefully we can bring them back up. They certainly at least deserve League 1. Hopefully we can make them an established Championship side as well in the near future. Quickly, if we look at the facilities, we have the 13,000 all-seater, and I know that I think one of the stands in the stadium is owned by the Supporters Trust. I think I looked at that when I was looking up information about this stuff. But if that's true, if you are a Laddick, if you are an Oldham Athletic supporter, hop in the comments and let me know if that was right. Give me more information about the club. I'm eager to learn as much as I can. And then the other thing is affiliates. We don't have any senior affiliates. It's something that I'm going to look to do off camera. But we do have 3 affiliate clubs, including Curzon Ashton and Ashton United, and finally Stalybridge Celtic. So hopefully we'll be able to send some players to them. We've already looked at the club vision stuff. The last 2 things that we have are finances, which we already kind of took a look at, but I do want to show you that we have some loans. So we are going to have to deal with this stuff. We have about $500K in loans payable per month, which is why our projection looks like that. So hopefully we can get a push for promotion going quickly, so that if we get ourselves back up into a higher league, that will sort itself out. We are also going to have to try and sell some of our players on. And then if we go into the development center, our U23 squad is rated as average. Keith Elstone looks like a generated player who could potentially turn into something. We also have Keelan Adams, who has some good physicals and could potentially turn into something. Who else do we have? Warren Boardman has 3-star potential. And if we go to the U18s, we have Christ Malungu, Ben Huff, Sean Higgins, Robert Ossa. So there's definitely some players here. Hopefully we can develop them, see what they turn into. But that's what that looks like. The last thing that we are going to look at is our schedule. Ignore the friendlies. We will come back for our first 2 matches of the season, which will be Forest Green away and Crew Alexandra at home. So those will be our first 2 matches of the season, and that will be where we return. If we look at the competitions preview, like we've kind of mentioned, we are projected to finish in 10th now. So 10th, and it says 15th here, which is weird. We're going to be a mid-table club. Hopefully we can have a good season. I'm expecting good things from us, and we enter into the first round, so they just want us to make it through that first round of the FA Cup, which I think will be very doable. But yeah, so that's where we're at. I will see you tomorrow for the Forest Green and Crew episodes, because our upload schedule is now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. This is coming out on Sunday, so our next episode is tomorrow. However, if we hit 20 likes, our episode after the Monday episode will come out on Tuesday as opposed to Wednesday, so I will get another episode in there for you, up in the pipeline. If we hit that 20 like target, I hope we can. Really appreciate you all for being here, for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you have enjoyed this video and are excited for this series. If you are, hop in the comments, leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Check out my socials in the description. And other than that, I will talk to you soon, and peace.